Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. It is time once again for your favorite podcast, the What We Like podcast. Yay!
Hello.
Welcome.
How are we doing today, everyone?
Charlie.
I'm looking for the gentleman.
Ah, Lord. Hi, I'm good. How's everybody else?
We are doing good. For those of you who don't know us, let's just take a moment so you can understand who we are. Let's start ladies first. This lovely lady sitting to my side is the wonderful, the amazing, the Mackenzie.
Hi.
And then down on this end, my follically challenged brother from another mother.
Hola.
Who are you, Charles?
I am still Charlie.
He is still Charlie.
Some days.
Sunday. And I am your big buddy, Big G. We are here again to talk about all kinds of wonderful, fun stuff. For those of you who don't know us, we thank you for tuning in. For those of you who do know us,
What's your name?
again, I am Big G.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah.
No, he said it. I
Oh,
heard
I missed it.
it. You went woo woo like after he said it.
I thought he was going to say like his name too, though.
You did.
I'm kind of going by like one of those one name people.
Oh.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to go with the land of one name people. I'm just going to be G.
Okay.
If that doesn't work out, I'm going to go to the land of three name people and be one of those, like Sarah Michelle Gellar or somebody
Don't
like
be those. Those are typically
yeah, I know. And
shooters.
plus, it takes so long to say those, so I'm just going with. I am lazy, so I'm
No,
just going with
seriously.
one word.
Look it up.
Okay. Next.
By the way, if you are one of our viewers, or maybe you're new or old, we have a few tips for you. Mackenzie would like to remind you to do some things.
Yes. First of all, welcome, but make sure that you like, comment, join in on the conversation, subscribe so you don't miss our episodes, and go ahead and send us an email.
An email. And by the way, for those of you who have been watching the show, we have had one whole email.
Whoa.
But now, after the lovely Bic Lord, and just so to recap, the Bic Lord sent us an email. It was a beautiful email. Charlie, can you tell us what he said?
Hi.
That is exactly what he said.
Sorry. Actually,
I know.
Yes, it was
he
in very
wrote it
small
like
font.
it's like newspeak.
But we love him just the same. Just like we love our very first viewer. Let's say hi to our first viewer. I don't know why I said hi, first viewer. Okay. We also have now, I know you guys are going to be very excited for this. We have a second email.
Whoa.
I'm going to go to that email now because we have it printed out. This is one of our viewers who sent something in and sent something. Where did they send that email, Mackenzie? Do you know?
Oh, it's at the What We Like PC at gmail.com.
And can you point so it'll make it come up on the screen? You can point anywhere you want, I think.
Boink.
Yep, Olaf.
Right here.
Olaf made it go right there.
Right there.
Sometimes, did you
Thank you,
know?
sir.
Did you know that Olaf can make it go by Steve's Fish? Let's all wave hi to Steve's Fish. Hi, Steve's Fish.
Hello, fishy.
Okay, so yeah, here is our
We all
lovely
went.
email.
The email time.
Yes. It says, "Hi, Greg, Charlie, and Mackenzie. I love watching the podcast. I've sent you some memes and pictures of my dog, Cade Huff Doback, Esquire, puppy of the universe.
Oh.
She says, you guys should do an episode on dogs. What kind of dogs are your favorites? Also, should I have to pick up my dog crap out of your yard if it's biodegradable? I'm going to go with a big yes on this.
Yeah.
If let's just face it, if we wanted dog turds, we could probably order them off Amazon because they have everything else under the sun.
I don't hang out in my grass, so you can poop in my yard. I don't care.
Yeah, I
It'll start to smell. It'll like.
yeah, I have enough crap already. I
It'll
don't
start
need
piling up. You're not gonna want it there.
Well,
It
it's
smells. If
not
it doesn't rain.
She has a
This is Georgia. It does.
She has a picture of Cade the dog here. So there is Cade Huff Doback Esquire first.
The best doggo
puppy.
ever.
Yep.
Smelly dog.
She says, a side note, Cade is a cardiac alert service dog. He detects low and high blood pressure and heart rate.
Oh, wow.
So apparently it's
Doggo
not enough
is a
just to
pimp.
be cute. Yeah, you have to have a job too.
He's a working man.
Got to have a J-O-B, baby, if you want to be with me. She also said, I've sent a picture. Please enjoy my new salt and pepper shakers. I call them Salt and Pepper. The reason is because it literally is salt and pepper. She ends this by saying, Mechalikaheim, Mekaheimi Ho. She signs it Melissa and Cade, the best doggo ever. So thank you. That was a great
Thank
email.
you.
And remember,
that's so cute.
if you'd like to send us an email, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
You can send it to whatwelikePC@gmail.com. And Charlie,
I'm still waiting for people to disprove me and take away points.
Oh, yeah.
Suckers can't do it.
Email it in.
I understand that, but when we say what we like PC, what does PC stand for? It stands for podcast, but PC could stand for a lot of things.
Go
So
for
why
it.
don't you guys pick one out?
Also, what Charlie was saying, if he ever says something and you can prove him wrong, email us in so he loses points.
If you can.
That he's challenging you guys. Pick it up.
Perplexed camel.
Perplexed Camel. Yes, PC could stand for Perplexed Camel.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
So,
I enjoyed that one.
Yes,
What would that even look like? Could you give us your best perplexed camel face?
I have to tell you. I have to tell you this. Just
I
because
don't really
it's a
know
camel
if that was
reference.
correct or not.
I liked it. I don't either. That was
Fair,
good.
appreciate it.
When my nieces were young, I used to mess with them, telling them things like, chocolate milk comes from brown cows, vanilla milk comes from white cows.
Wait, chocolate milk doesn't come from brown cows?
Yes, it does, of course.
Okay.
Also, that big corn silos and grain silos were actually secret military missile installations, things like that. The one thing I did
these were all
is
facts.
I had a friend who was actually he was born in Iran, and when he was like a year old, they moved and came to the States and stuff. But one time I was just mentioning that, I had been talking to him, and he was waiting for his mom to come home. And she said, "Oh, where is his mom?" And I couldn't let it go. I said, "Well, she's still in Iran." And she said, "What's she doing there?" I said, well, she still lives in Tehran. She works at the used camel dealership." And I said, she's trying to save enough money to come over. I said,
Oh,
"But it's okay.
no.
She should make it really quick because she lives in the rich part of the town. They sell the 2-hump camels, not just the, plain 1-hump camels." And she believed me. She actually told people that.
No.
Ba-dun-dun-dun-dun. But that's because she was young and precocious and adorable, and I was a terrible uncle for saying things like that.
At least you didn't ask where, what milk did we get from bulls?
Milk you cannot drink.
Ew.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Nutmeg?
Okay, y'all are done.
All right, so that's
Canceled. Done.
Let's talk about what's on this
Yeah, you
sheet
said
right
keep
here.
it PC.
PC. Did you mention PC?
No, I did not.
You did. You did. I think. What does PC mean? Maybe.
Go ahead,
we're
pull
doing
another
this
one.
Yeah, maybe
Go ahead
Mackenzie
and
should
pull
see.
another one.
In this
I'll do
case,
it, I'll
I
do
think
it.
it was politically correct. But what could PC also mean?
PC stands for pet chia.
Pet chia.
Is that a chia pet?
Or a chia pet, yes.
So if you're dyslexic, you get it.
By the way, just in case you don't know, we have some kind of crazy Tourette's when it comes to the letters P and C for podcast and politically correct. We love to define what P and C could stand for. If you have an idea that you'd like to send in about what PC stands for, please just email us at whatwelikepc@gmail.com. Yeah.
Go ahead and comment.
Actually, I think she meant PG, not PC.
Yeah.
Oh, PG is a whole different thing. PG doesn't do much for me.
I haven't been PG since I was like 6.
Oh, Lord. Well, mentally you're still there, so let's keep it
Well,
there.
More like 7.
Really?
Yeah, because that's when it all went downhill.
Dude, you gotta be a little older because the subject we're going to talk about today, if you're 7 and we're going to talk about this, it's going to be weird
What's
because
the subject?
today we're going to talk about going to concerts.
I literally love concerts so much.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of people that take their kids to concerts. And
Well,
really
there's kid
shouldn't.
concerts.
Exactly,
And there's
There's
concerts
kid
that are not for
concerts.
kids that kids go to.
Okay, yes.
Right.
But,
Their parents are
yes. But, like,
awesome human beings.
Eli, my little brother, when he took him to his first concert, and it was the Wiggles.
That's what I was going to say.
And we saw the Wiggles.
There's the Wiggles. Wasn't there a Rafi guy or something?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
What are the Wiggles?
Do you know what the Wiggles are? They're based out of Australia, I believe, and they've grown. But it was 4 guys originally, and there was the purple Wiggle. They're like different colors. So the purple Wiggle, the red Wiggle, the blue Wiggle, and the yellow Wiggle.
So they wiggle?
Yeah, they do, and you do the wiggle, and you do your fingers like this, and you do the wiggle, and they have they had other characters, and they would sing songs and do little dances, and then they became a TV show on Disney. And you could watch the Wiggles, and they had the octopus guy, and then they did a tour, and now they have it on something. I don't know where they play it now, but they have like all these other Wiggles, and they're doing a documentary about it, and I'm really excited.
Okay.
That is
You never
very
heard of
interesting, weird,
Fruit
wild
salad?
stuff.
It's like fruit salad. Yummy, yummy. No,
I
No.
did not know that.
it's
That
so
is-
cute.
That
And
is
the
new
pirate.
information.
No, it just kind of sounds scary.
It's really cute. For kids, it was perfect. It was really
See,
cute.
I'm kind of pathetically sad. I've heard of the Wiggles
Yeah.
and some other things, but you remember the TV show 2.5 Men?
Yes.
And he turned into a guy named Charlie Waffles that made some crazy kids songs and stuff, and he would do the concert. That's
Oh, I don't know about that.
that's yeah. He,
That's what you were thinking of?
yeah, he
I don't
did it,
know.
but they were weren't technically, I'm going to say, PC songs for
Oh,
kids.
no.
Because he was like, Who Cut the Cheese was one of them. And,
So they're like
things
silly
Yeah,
ones.
see,
like
we grew up
goofy
with-
ones.
I
Who
grew up
cut
with
the cheese?
Nickelodeon where, you can't do that on television.
Absolutely.
Where they just abused, teenagers and people in their
Absolutely.
early 20s. And it was awesome. I mean, that's
Well-
where slime came from.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they used to.
Get slime.
Yeah, they were
Well,
basically
I'm
just
gonna
abused
say-
these kids on
Just like jerk off
television.
at 'em.
We're like, do it.
As much as you can't do that on television, did slime people. I think they stole slime from the Ghostbusters because that is an ultra famous line of
Yeah, but which
"He
one came out
slimes me,
first?"
Ray.
Oh yeah, that's
I
totally.
think Ghostbusters might have come out before that.
Ghostbusters
the
came out in like
inspiration.
84.
Yeah.
We're going to have to ask it. If somebody
Jinx.
if somebody can prove who came first, the chicken or the egg with the slime, did Nickelodeon or the Ghostbusters?
Actually, Nickelodeon, I believe, didn't come out until 86, 87.
Okay, let's just go.
All still before
We're going to
me.
use the power of the internet to see. You can't do that on television, which was a Canadian comedy series.
But when did it come on to?
It came to the United States in 1981, so
Ooh.
you never know.
Yeah, but it was on. Oh wow, I was
First
oh.
episode in the USA was 1982, so hey, close enough. I still like the "it slimed me" line. So, so from mega arenas to coffee houses to God knows
Back
where.
to concerts.
What makes the performance of your tastes and dreams? Do you prefer general admission seating or full-on seats? Do you need full-on table service, bar service? Is it BYOB? Do you go get your own things? Do you just want a stripped-down show, a whole choreographed show, Vegas-type stuff?
It's like-
Vegas.
Tickets, prices, that's all the stuff we're going to describe today and talk about. So first off, let's just let's get a little background on us. Mackenzie, we're going to go with you first.
Okay, I'm ready.
What kind of concerts have you actually been to?
All of them.
That's
I
right.
have-
She has a huge caffeine addiction. She never sleeps. She goes to every show in the world.
No, I think I've been to most concerts. Now follow me. So my first concert was Mark Anthony. So I've been to a lot of Latin concerts, Hispanic concerts. I've been to the Cheetah Girls, so like Kitty concerts and the Wiggles. I've been to see Christian concerts. I've been to see a screamo band. I've seen rap. I've
What?
seen rock. I've seen country music people in a field. I've seen R&B. I've seen 90s because I went to see Janet Jackson and she's easily top 3. Like, she's an amazing performer. I went to Jingle Ball, so I saw all of those artists. I've been to a lot of concerts.
Wow.
I was still
The
want-
Screamo?
Yeah.
Yes. So
What is that?
there's something called the Winter Jam, and I went 2 or 3 years in a row, and it's a Christian like concert, and it highlights all of them. But there used to be a Screamo band or like a heavy metal, and it was Skillet and Red. There was another one. They were like really really big at the time. It was really cool because their drummer lit up on fire, and then his whole set tilted. Yeah, and it tilted forward and it started spinning. Like he is like parallel with the floor drumming, and then it starts spinning and fire and everything. It was crazy. It was crazy. So I've been to a lot of concerts.
It's almost like Tommy Lee's, except for he
There
was
you go.
out over the crowd.
Okay.
Oh
so,
yeah, he wasn't
so
that far out.
No, they literally took him out
That's
over the crowd, and
insane.
they were doing him. He was spinning, not super fast, but he was spinning out
Interesting.
over the crowd.
Yeah.
I still don't know how they did it. He's just
Yeah, I know, because like he had to be strapped in. I'm assuming, and like
absolutely was.
everything has to be bolted into like the floor. But he like the fire started, and then his thing like lifted up whenever it was like woo, and then like he starts tilting forward, and we're like, what's going on? And then it started spinning. And we're like, oh my god,
was it spinning pretty fast?
For me, I thought it was spinning pretty fast. I was
Fair
scared. I mean, I don't think it was like a roller coaster, but I mean, he was moving. It wasn't like
Was he like in a box or just?
no.
Oh, what the heck?
Yes.
Like Tommy Lee was in a
yes.
box.
No, this
that's how
man
they
was
were able to
literally
do it a
like.
little-
I'm assuming I'd have to. Assume he's strapped into his like chair, or booth, or seat, whatever it is, and the drum and stuff, and then he just starts tilting forward. Like I'm assuming his core is insane because he just kept playing, and the thing just.
Oh
kept
yeah, drummers
going.
are.
Yeah, but to do that
insane.
while you're literally like you're not even able to sit. Like you're just like.
Have you never
that's-
seen that guy on YouTube? That drummer? That's just like.
No.
I have to show you that.
Okay.
That dude, it's like I think they call him like the world's greatest drummer. I don't know if he is or not, but
Yeah, I've actually seen
you've
some
seen
of
that
his-
guy. I can't.
And by the way, sir, if you happen to be watching us, we're damn glad to have you. We hope you subscribe and like us.
Good.
Because we damn
God,
sure
that would
like
be
you.
awesome.
And just please don't sue us.
Yeah, please don't say. If you'd like to
I
be
didn't
on
say
our
his
show,
name.
we'd even love to have you on.
I didn't say his name. I'm
But
not very
so
good at names.
I've been
I gotta
to
get the name.
all kinds of concerts. I went and saw the Eagles. I've seen. I'd say I'd cover a lot of genres.
And
Sounds
that's
like
a
you
very
have,
cool
yeah.
thing. So, and that's we'll get more in depth into it, but that shows some very cool stuff that you've been to all kinds of different things. You're not pigeonholing yourself. Charlie, what kind of things have you been to?
Actually, not a lot. I was never really like.
Please pardon me while I scratch my back.
My problem was I don't do well
Mr. Stick.
in like super large crowds.
Yeah.
Like I've been, mine's kind of out there too. Like I've grew up, me and my buddies, we all loved Leonard Skinner, still do. I had a great time at the ones I was able to attend.
What are the ones you're able to remember?
No, I mean my first one, unfortunately, I didn't get to see him.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like 17 and stupid. It was bad.
Oh no.
So, but I've Skinner been to see probably about 5 or 6 times and gotten to see him like
Wow.
4. Yeah,
5 or 6 times. I only got to see him 4. Okay.
give or
Well,
take.
So if you're not a big fan of big, huge crowds, I'm guessing we're never going to have you be a deadhead.
Well, I've never really been a huge like jam band kind of guy, but I like the Dead's music. I mean, I've been to see Fish. That was a long time ago.
And you're talking Fish the band, not just the Fish at the
Yeah,
I
Bulldog.
yeah,
was
Fish.
about to say I've seen the Fish too.
Fish the band. Yeah, that was interesting.
I feel like I remember you guys showed me them one time because I was like, that is not a real band.
Yeah,
I feel like you guys showed
playing
me
the
them.
vacuum cleaner while jumping on one of
Yeah.
those little exercise trampolines.
Fascinating.
It happened. I saw him play it. It was
He said it happened.
it was
He was
interesting.
there.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I've been to see a few other. Went to it wasn't a festival, I think, but it was downtown at the amphitheater in Atlanta. Not the amphitheater. Centennial Park. There were a bunch of different bands. Actually, like all my friends wanted to go into the middle. I was like, "Y'all have a good time," because
Yeah,
there
you're
was
like, "That's
it was
not
just
me."
too many people, and I was like, "I go down there, I'm going to start throwing bows and fists and stuff." I'm just
Oh, no.
not doing that.
Oh no.
Been to see Knife Party, so used to go
cool.
to some raves back in the day. So
Ooh.
I've seen some seen some good.
That's
some
something
good.
I haven't done. I haven't been to a rave.
Well, I mean, they were not like full blown raves where you go like because I got a lot of friends that went to like full on like they were there for 3 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Like the whole experience.
Oh
All of
yeah.
it.
Yeah. These were just shows that were ravey.
Okay.
So
okay.
Like at clubs down
Ravey.
clubs down in Atlanta.
Okay.
Had a good time.
I don't know if you're old enough to remember. One of the places I used to love going in Atlanta was right off. I think it was Chamblee Tucker. It was actually a techno club. It was called Ground
Oh.
Zero.
No, I've never been to Ground Zero.
Oh man, it was great.
Went to the Globe, a couple different places.
The great thing about it, it was underground of something, and it was right by a big police station or something. But
Yeah,
it
never
was all
would've gone there.
concrete and things. But it had different rooms you could go in. It had one place where they were playing one kind of techno, another room had another. But there was one room you walked into, and it had these giant lips painted on the wall. And then it had a giant red
That's
velvet tongue
cool.
couch that mounted
Oh,
up
that's
to
pretty
it.
dope.
Yeah, it was very cool. So
Well, I mean, no, like we went to one down in Atlanta. It was Aphrodite was playing, and we were on the inside, and one of my buddies got removed.
Oh.
I'm not going to go into the reasons,
Ooh.
but so we were inside. He's outside. He calls inside, and because the car we were in was a 5-speed, and crazy enough, there were these guys going around with baseball bats, bashing everybody's cars, just like breaking windows and
Why?
everything. Atlanta. Seriously, I mean, that's all you can say. It's Atlanta.
Well,
there was
there's
really
only-
no reason because they weren't even stealing anything. They were just vandalizing.
Just wanting to.
There's only
and he
two
couldn't,
words that
and he
can
couldn't drive a
describe that.
5-speed.
Atlanta, and the other word that you could say with that is Jaeger.
No, I mean, these guys weren't stealing. They
I
were
know.
just
They're
literally
just being
walking down the
destructive.
line just with baseball bats, and he was literally moving the car around and couldn't. And it was a 5-speed, but he couldn't drive a 5-speed, so he was doing the best to move the car
Oh,
around
no.
to keep away from the guys. And they saw him and left him alone because he just kept moving. And
Huh.
so people like we left before everything like cop showed
Really
up and
went
everything,
down.
but it was like.
Oh wow.
See, so there's all kinds of concert going
I've
experiences.
also saw Charlie Daniels in the North Georgia College gym back in high school.
Interesting.
Yeah, we were
Man.
we were 17, 18, and the closest other person in age, I believe, was probably in their mid 50s, maybe 60s. And we had our shirts off.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Oh,
It
no.
was interesting. People were
living
sitting there
life.
enjoying them, and we're like, ah! Love Charlie Daniels.
okay,
Listen,
I would have been right
rest
there
in
with
peace,
you.
brother.
I have been to a lot of different concerts. I've used to follow a local band here, Tony Fortner and Double Shot. I loved them. We would go to all the different places they were playing. Seen some other things. I always wanted to see. It was Randy DeLay and Rick Richards. Rick Richards from the Georgia Satellites. They had the Hellhounds. Always wanted to see them. Never got to, but. Some of my first concerts was Adamant. I got to see Cinderella, Winger, and Bullet Boys all in one show. For those who are going to go, who the hell is Cinderella, Winger? and
That's
Bullet-"
what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
I know who they are. You're good. You're good.
I know who
You're
they
good.
are.
It's okay. Hair bands.
Yeah, hair bands in the
80s.
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 Like hair ties?
Hair bands.
They call
like
them hair bands, 80s
Poison,
hair bands because they had
Motley-
guys with big hair.
Poison,
Oh,
Motley
okay,
Crue. Were
okay,
kind of,
okay,
they all
okay,
had the
okay.
big
Yeah.
hair.
Like that was like their
But there
thing,
was
I
like
see.
some that actually like they called them hair bands, but a lot of them you were like, I don't know if that's a woman or a man.
Yeah, that was they were some of the prettiest boys out there. Saw Cutting Crew and Jefferson Airplane,
Oh, nice.
or I'm sorry, at this time they were Jefferson Starship. And then we've seen Tanya Tucker, Reba McEntire, Liza Minnelli.
I would love to see Reba.
I saw Jason Aldean a while back.
I
Saw
was gonna say
Liberace. Saw Jason Isbell. Some of my favorites. I got to see Garth Brooks.
Ooh, really?
Government Mule, the Allman Brothers, Blues Traveler.
Which version of Garth Brooks? Was it actually Garth Brooks, or was it his?
No, it wasn't
Chris,
his. Yeah, whatever his crappy alter ego was. No, it was Garth Brooks.
What?
You never knew about that?
No.
Garth Brooks had a.
He wanted to try and make some rock and roll music rather than country
Yeah.
music,
Oh.
so he
he
had
went-
this alter ego.
Chris.
No, I
Chris-
did not know that.
Chris, we'll just call it Chris Crappy Persona.
Yeah, but he actually he had the dark eyeliner and he had the
tried
he had
to
the
make
emo
himself
hair, and it was just like everybody was like, "Dude, what are you doing?
What?
Put your boots back on and get back to work." There's like, this is just. He had some of
I'm
the
gonna have to
best
look
country
this
songs,
up.
like sold so
Yes.
many, and then he was like, "I want to go pop."
That's like Post Malone right now. He's doing country music.
You know?
Why not? Dude's a
Yeah,
great
he-
artist, but it's a little bit different. Post Malone is still Post Malone.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He changed his. He went under a
he changed everything.
it was like Chris Graves or something like that, or it was.
Interesting.
It was, and everybody was like,
Excuse me.
like it was just random. You're
Interesting.
like
Yeah.
one of, if not the largest country singer
Yeah, at the
in the
moment,
nation.
That's
You know?
crazy.
The one of the ones I didn't mention, the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, which is a whole different type of concert. I like
Nice.
that.
I want to see that. I haven't seen an
And then,
orchestra.
of course, one of the most important ones we're going to mention, and this is hint for all of you out there in our watching land.
Oh, I think I know.
I saw the Atlanta Rhythm Section and
Ooh.
Pure Prairie League.
Ooh.
hint.
Dun, dun,
So for those of you that pay attention, we might actually be having a musician from one of those bands on our show.
Mhm.
So you need to keep watching.
Stay tuned.
Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure
Yep.
you subscribe. Because the reason that extra microphone is sitting right there and these extra headphones over here that you can't see that I'm pointing at is because there may very well be another chair added to this with a special in-studio guest coming right here to Lakeside Studios. Cool Eddie, the janitor, would you please make sure we get the other chair ready and have a parking spot for him because he's very important.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to fix our parking.
VIP.
But anyway, let's just talk
I
for a
like my
second.
parking.
I like
I'll park differently. You can stay where you're at.
Okay.
I like one of the things that Charlie said about concerts, and that's that he is not overly fond of going to a super huge venue with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about something in the opposite direction. When I went to see Jason Isbell, who was with the Drive-By Truckers for a while, he came up to Dahlonega and played at a place I had never been to. It was like a little hamburger eatery place with some pool tables and stuff, but they had bands in there. And it was a really cool small venue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of really cool small venues. There was one in Columbus, Missouri, when I was up in school in St. Louis. We went down to visit a friend that went to the college there and stayed with them. And then we went to see G-Love. And he was at this old school little thing, and it was awesome. Like it looked like it was straight out of like a 50s movie theater. And it may have been what it was, I don't know, but it was like you had little areas on the side, and I literally could have like just popped off of where I was and been on the
stage.
with them. I was
I've
that
been to a
close, and
venue
it
like
was
that.
just dope.
Plus,
I really liked that. I was a huge fan at the time. So
Oh,
it
that's
was,
cool.
Yeah.
You're
now,
all in it then.
conversely to seeing Jason Isbell at that little bitty place, I went with my buddy Steve to North Carolina to a place called the Cricket Arena. We had been trying to see the Foo Fighters for quite a while. Could not get tickets here in Atlanta. They sold out so quick. And he figured out, and this is a great tip for all of you guys. If you're on Ticketmaster or one of those sites trying to buy tickets and you cannot get tickets in your hometown, think about doing this. Make a road trip.
Ooh, I did
Because
that.
we were able to get tickets in North Carolina, in Charlotte, and got front row seats because we were the first ones on through the internet to get those, where
That's
I guess
funny.
everybody in North Carolina was trying to get them. So we made a cool weekend trip out of it. and got to see the Foo Fighters. And Cricket Arena was not what I expected.
Huh.
It's not a giant Georgia Dome type place. It's maybe about half the size. It reminds me of maybe like kind of like you said, the auditorium or the gym at North Georgia College. I guess it would be something that size where maybe instead of having 50,000 people, maybe you have 10,000, 12,000 people.
No, you can't fit that many in that gym.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway,
No, not even
this
close.
place
I don't think
seemed-
there's that many people at that university.
This place seemed like it could be a multi-use place. It was not just for concerts. It looked like it maybe could have had, all kinds of other events at it.
This was also back
but it
in
was
the
very
90s,
cool.
so different.
So
Different vibe.
and I think that's the whole thing. There's different vibes that you get from different venues and different people.
Well, it was also rough in Gainesville because there just wasn't anything.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
Like, truthfully, there was only like two. I mean, bars were illegal technically in Gainesville, but like restaurant places, like you really only had like two places you could go to view music that people
Yeah.
would actually bring bands in, and I've seen some cool little small bands over the years, and I mean, you go down to Atlanta, there may be some or whatnot, or you go to Athens, but I mean, there were some cool ones that came here, and there was one that used to show up, and anytime they were playing, actually there were two, but I would always show up to one of them, like wherever they were playing. If they were in Gainesville, I was showing up, and it usually happened by just like accident.
Interesting.
And I loved this band. They played, what was it they played? Never mind. I'm not going to go into it. But one of my buddies, Juicy, rest in peace, buddy. He was actually like, he wore a shirt that says, he's like, it was Band-Aid. Do you know what a Band-Aid is for a band? A Band-Aid?
No, I just know like the little, like the protective adhesive.
Like a band
Band-Aid.
assistant.
Yeah, kind of. Well, have you ever seen the movie? Probably not. Almost Famous?
No.
It was about a band back in the 60s, I want to say. And this guy who was like, it was his first time writing for Rolling Stone, he was following the band.
Mm-hmm.
And they had some people who followed the band.
Like groupies.
Yeah, but they called them Band-Aids
Oh.
because they did whatever for the band.
Interesting.
They were, yeah, I guess you could say they were assistants, but they were aides, so they called them Band-Aids. And they, like, when I mean anything for the band, I mean anything for the band.
Wow.
It's 4 a.m. I need 300 brown M&Ms and a half gram of Coke.
Yeah. And I mean, like, that was not, and I guess not a lot of people knew about that term until, like, that movie came out. And but yeah, he had on a shirt that says, I'm a Band-Aid for the band. And I was like, they were like, please. My buddy Juicy, he was an awesome dude, big, lovable guy. I mean, one of the best people that walked the face of this earth. He was just awesome. But it was an all male band, and we were all like, I'm not trying to say nothing, but yeah,
There's like a second hidden joke in there.
yeah, there were a couple.
That's funny.
Okay, now I have a kind of a different question.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
We've all seen all kinds of different shows.
Mm-hmm.
I remember most of the shows that I've seen. A lot of them are kind of the same thing. The Allman Brothers, Government Mule, Jason Isbell. They come out, they play their show, they're done. We go home, and the music and the people are the main attraction. Now, there's a different type of performance, and it was around back then. It's not as prevalent, but I think coming up through the 80s and 90s and into today, you started having certain performers who decided, I'm not just a musician, songwriter, singer, I'm also some type of performer. So they put choreography and dance and different things into it. So you had people like Cher, like Madonna, I'm sure
Janet
Janet Jackson. I've never been to see these people, but
Yeah.
I'm just assuming from the things I've seen on TV and the internet, just like Taylor Swift has a very well produced and choreographed show. The things I've seen about Celine Dion with her residency in in Vegas, they have a very well-produced, well-oiled, choreographed, very
production
specific
keeps
show
growing.
that they reproduce every time. Even Wayne Newton, who used to have his Vegas thing, maybe he still does. I don't even know. Always had that kind of show. So I see merit in both of them, but where does your heart lie when you see something? Do you want something more with that well choreographed performance type thing, or are you just there for the music and the people? Or
I think it depends on the artist for me. Like, it depends on like what they're known for, and like I feel like you have an expectation of like what you're going to see. And so if I'm going to see somebody play the guitar and just listen to their vocals, then yes. But then there's also other artists where like they are known for their dance and their performance and that aspect.
I can see that.
I want to see them dance, and like that's one of the things I like about Chris Brown is he steps on stage and he dances.
And that dude can dance. I give him that.
Yes,
the dude can perform.
He performs that whole time, and his vocals. He lets you know that he has his microphone on. Like there are several times in the show where like he'll cut it or he'll start talking. Like he'll just stop in the middle or he'll start hitting a note. And like I go because I want to see that, but then like I was excited to see Sabrina Carpenter because she's known for her vocals. So she didn't have a lot of she didn't have a lot of dance with her song, but she was singing, and she's the only person that I've seen in a long time that had a band. She didn't have a DJ. She didn't have the pre-recorded. She had her band out there. And so I think for me, it just depends on who I'm going to see and what they're known for.
Yeah. Like I'll, like when I went to go see Jason Aldean, and at the time, I mean, I knew who he was, obviously. He was out there. He had a lot of
He's
coverage.
well known by then.
Yeah, a lot of coverage going on, and I was just lucky enough that my buddy took me, and we went, and
I'd also like to make an apology to Jason Aldean in a previous episode. I'm a fan of Jason Aldean, and I was kind of brain fried at the moment, and I would like to apologize for calling it skid marks on this place, and it's actually tattoos on this town. Mr. Aldean, please accept my most heartfelt and humble apology. I want to thank you for all the sacrifices you've made in your life to be able to do what you do. It's easy to collect the accolades from doing good things, but please don't sue me.
well, I mean, the thing is like I knew a few of his songs. Obviously, let me get rid of that. I knew a few of his songs, and became fans of. There was possibly part of where we were sitting. It was a little bit harder to hear him singing. You could hear the music and you could hear the chorus, but like him singing was a little bit harder, and I think that has to do with the acoustics of where we were. Not nothing on him, but that dude puts on a show.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, and
I've
just
heard his shows are really great.
just sings and sings and sings and sings and sings, and just like song after song after song. Like, I mean, he'll do like 5 songs in a row.
Oh wow.
And then take a break of like 30 to 45 seconds, maybe a minute.
Yeah.
And talks to the crowd, get you pumped up.
Yeah.
Right back into songs.
See,
and I don't know how many songs he sang, because I didn't even know he had that many songs. But I would probably gather that the dude did, in the time that we were there, maybe 30 songs, if not more.
Yeah.
I mean, dude just sang. I mean, I was like,
That's how I was with like Chris Brown. Like he used his whole, like when I went for that concert, it was like he just pulled all of his songs and like
I mean, it was
he
just
might not have sang
whoa.
the whole song, but like jumping and jumping.
No,
and
he
moving,
sang the
and I was like,
whole
oh, wow.
freaking song.
Oh, really?
That's
Oh,
what I'm saying.
wow.
It was just song after song after. It wasn't like he was doing snippets.
Yeah.
And he would break into another song. No, it was just his whole song.
Interesting.
Whole song. Let me
Interesting.
speak for a minute. And he's like, dude, breathe.
Just kept
I'm
going.
just going to
Take
call
some
that
water.
a stage presence. There's bands and people who have a stage presence, who know how to be on stage, who know how to get a little recovery time for a few minutes that gives the people in the band, a chance to tune up again, make sure everything's ready, get a drink of water, catch their breath. And it also...
I don't think he did that.
Well, no, they do that.
When he's
that's what you were
talking,
saying. When he talks,
that's
stops
when-
and talks,
Yeah,
and
but
stuff,
it's like...
and interacts with the audience. That's what gives the other people in the band time to, change out a guitar, change to,
You don't
that's-
even notice it. So
Well,
it's
he
like-
also
don't
they
notice.
also had some
Sorry.
they had some really good stagehands, because those guys were
Yeah,
flying in and
yeah.
flying out, black shirts. I mean,
Absolutely.
But he just, and different things he was putting. Like he had the screen behind him, and I mean, we were sitting in a good spot.
And
So
I was going to say, you brought up a very interesting point. Where do you choose to sit? Because, like, you really can have two different shows depending on where you're sitting
Well, it also
and
depends on
how
the-
the sound is coming through.
it also depends on where you're actually going to view it.
That's true.
Because if you're going
That's
to like
true.
an amphitheater, or if you're indoors,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
if see, I like the personal little
The
smaller
smaller, not the big
venues, because
groups.
me and a buddy went down to Atlanta, and God forbid I can't remember the artist's name because it's been 20 years since I went
Been
to
a
go.
minute.
Yeah, I mean it was mid-20s I think when I went to go see him, mid to late 20s, and he's more of a he does Mexican folk songs.
Okay.
Dude has one song that like my buddy got tired of me singing it because I just would sing it and sing it and sing it because I love the song, because it's about a rooster fighting, kind of fight, and it's about this one rooster. It's a really cool song. It's a long song, but it was very cool because it was basically a bar and he was up on the stage,
Oh,
but he's
cool.
actually well known
Yeah.
internationally. He's not.
Yeah.
America is probably like his. He's a folk singer, so
Yeah.
he doesn't have as much coverage as obviously as
Some others.
yeah. Dude's an amazing artist, and I felt honored actually because we were sitting there and he's just talking to all of
That's always nice. Like when
he
you
made
see somebody
he
like
made
that.
eye contact with
Yeah.
me. And he's making eye contact and he's talking with the people that are sitting up there
That's
playing with him,
awesome.
and it was very. It almost felt like I was back in the 90s because I know
Yeah.
because a lot of artists had to do that
Yeah.
because you didn't have
Like these big places.
you also didn't have like these shows where you can go on, or YouTube wasn't as huge because there
like
are
to
some
reach so many people.
yeah
at
there
one
are some
time.
people out there now who basically become sensations off of YouTube
Yeah.
or TikTok or whatever,
Yeah,
and then
for sure.
like that's how they make it.
Yeah. So they're not always as personable because they haven't had to be.
Yeah, and I mean,
Yeah.
whereas you have these other performers that came up during the 80s and 90s where they
Mm-hmm.
were in smaller venues and didn't have all that coverage, and you had to build your
Yeah. Build
fan
that
base from
relationship.
where you went.
Yeah.
So
No, that
I
makes
just
sense. That was cool. That sounds like a really cool.
it was a really
experience.
cool experience.
All right, let me ask this question. Live performance, when I think of live performance, it's exactly what I think of. How do you feel about lip syncing? And I'm just going to preface it this way. This is why I ask. This is how I feel about lip syncing. If I wanted to hear the damn album,
Yeah.
I would have listened to the damn album. If I come to see you perform live, I'm very gracious that you walked out on stage and you came to where I could see you in person.
Yeah.
But I'm there to see you perform. Okay?
I
So don't lip sync. Don't
Yeah.
just stand there with a guitar and pretend to be strumming. I want to see you do what you do.
do what we came to, like what we paid for.
Right.
I
I feel like I get cheated if somebody's lip syncing.
I feel I guess again it's me. It just depends on what the performance is. Like obviously, like if I'm going to see, like the Jonas Brothers, I don't want to hear them lip singing a song. I want to see them playing their instruments and stuff. But like I'll go to a drag show and they're lip syncing, but then I want to see the performance. Then the other side of that, like I need the theatrics. I need.
But that's
all
part of
it.
what the show is.
That's
when
what
you
I'm
go.
saying. So that's what I'm saying.
You're
so
not-
like
you're
they're
not
not
paying
hiding
yeah.
it though, So like I feel like a lot of K-pop artists do the lip singing because there's so many of them on like the stage and everything. And I'm like, I don't know if I'd pay to see a big group of people just lip singing and dancing.
Yeah, if there's
I
a
don't want-
whole
I don't
lot of
want that.
dancing going on, I almost feel like
It should be a
it
dance
takes
performance.
away from the fact that they could sing, because
Yeah.
I can sit and sing la 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 la, but if
Yeah.
I'm dancing, I la, 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 la,
Yeah,
I-
like you know that they're not really singing.
Well, it was kind of funny because a buddy I went to a decent amount of shows to back in the day we went to go see another one, and it was a small little local place.
Mm-hmm.
Not here, it was down in Atlanta. It wasn't it wasn't huge, but it was big enough to where they could have a couple hundred people in there and whatnot. And one of the bands that opened, who did a cover of a song from back in the 80s that I absolutely loved, But they got up there and like had their instruments and everything, and the whole thing was set up, and then
Oh,
lip
wow.
sync, and it was just they weren't even trying to pretend like they were playing their instruments,
Oh yeah, I'd be pissed.
and everybody just
I'd be pissed.
like they were sitting there, and like, when they come out, people cheered, and then it started going on, and you could tell so badly, like people just kind of walked away,
yeah.
and they were just standing there like looking at people like. And then
That's weird.
the next band came on that we came to see, which was TKK, who is you'll have to look them up because I can't explain them. But they're all
What are they called?
TKK, Thrill Kill Cult.
What?
Oh man, they do an awesome show. It's kind
KK.
Thrill Kill Cult.
This sounds like something I should not be looking at.
Maybe later afterwards because it
Fried chicken came up.
it is they
It's not Googleable.
probably not.
You'll have to type it out.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's I'll show you later. But they have some interesting music, and they had these 3 black ladies soul singing up on stage.
Oh.
It was, but they were also in like. Never mind. I'll explain later. But they.
I'm scared now.
No, it's just it's an experience. But they were awesome. Oh, and you could tell they were singing it. They were into it, and the entire
It just
place.
makes the difference. Like,
Except
when
for me,
they're
because
into
everybody
it.
was dressed in black except for me, because I had on like jeans and a white T-shirt. So everybody was looking at me, and I'm just like,
Oh no.
Now I want to talk about a very special part of a
If y'all need
concert
to, y'all can
and
tell me to
music
shut
experience.
up.
No, no, no.
I
no,
get
no.
a little.
The reason I did that is because we're getting there. This is a very special part of music and a very special part of concerts. It's also for when you're driving down the road listening to it. Everybody's heard that song, Phil Collins, I Can Feel It Coming in the Air Night. Blickum, blickum, blickum.
And all I can think of is Mike Tyson.
Air drumming, okay? So we've all air drummed.
Yeah.
We've all been at a concert where we're banging on the drums, air drumming. We've all played air guitar.
Okay.
Okay.
I've even done.
Yeah, air piano,
Yeah.
whatever it may be, air singing,
Ding.
and that's cool. We've all done it. All right, we're all guilty. Being a late night person who stays up and finds crazy crap to watch on TV, I came across some things one night, and just so you know, I'm a big fan of the old mud racing and things that they used to do in Florida, the swamp buggy racing.
Is this like the ESPN, the
Well,
Ocho?
yeah, this is stuff that would
Air
be on the
guitar
Ocho.
gig.
Exactly. Watching cornhole and stuff on TV, I just can't get into. If you're going to play it, that's one thing, but I don't want to watch it. But I came across the National Air Guitar Finals. And I want you to know,
Do you not know this is a thing?
I was
Why did you know
actually
it's a thing?
seriously offended.
I've always
One, because I am a guitar player.
stay up late.
And I am a musician, okay? And I love to play guitar. And
Actually, I
I
thought about entering.
actually, when I play guitar, air guitar,
They
I'm
have
into the
regional
groove.
competitions.
But having a competition where people jump around pretending to play guitar,
Oh.
that would be like having a competition where you have a guy come to a kitchen set and pretend to be cooking.
Yeah, I don't know if I've heard
No,
of
it,
that
ju-
one.
it just sounds like it would. To me, it sounds like it's like literally like a mime competition.
Exactly.
And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but if I was at that,
You just said you were gonna join.
I have-
it was a joke.
Oh.
No, good Lord, woman,
That's
no.
like, what?
I was about to have to reach out and smack
No.
the shit out of you.
No, because I mean, if I was at a mime competition, I would enter said competition because I would be miming beating the crap
You
out
know.
of them.
When I say amazing guitar players, everything, all kinds of things
no.
come to mind. You can think of Eddie Van Halen, God rest his soul, who was an amazing guitar player who had all kinds of things. I can
that's your
think of
bit.
Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, John Five. Eric Clapton,
know him.
Jimmy Page, all these different guys that people would want to emulate. And when you're into the song and doing it for your own fun, yeah, play air guitar, have fun, play drums in your car or whatever. But
know if I could sit
why
there
would
through all
you
that.
have a competition
I don't know about that one.
where
Sam.
you look like a 80s spandex reject and jump around like a jackass on stage?
Well, dude,
Okay.
I've never really understood karaoke either. So
Really?
Well,
I won't carry
of all the martial
but-
arts, karaoke does inflict
I
the most
understand
pain.
people enjoy it, but like, okay, I can't sing.
Oh, no.
I know I can't
Yeah.
sing. I sing at home in the privacy of because then my cat is the only one that has to suffer, and
Poor
the cat
Wiz.
is usually not in the room. Sorry, Wiz, love you, but I don't sing in the shower. There's only one time that I really get into my songs, and I'm not going to tell you when that is.
Oh.
But it's when I'm playing my game.
I thought so.
Yeah. So,
so
sorry
you
for
just-
those of you out there. I'll never explain it unless we meet in person. I'm not explaining it over the air.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Now, do you sing in the car, Mackenzie?
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I'm sure
okay.
she does.
Yes.
Because that's my weak spot. When I'm in the car and I'm driving, I will wail. I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna play.
You don't
the
even
drums.
sing in the car.
No, because I don't.
That's a lie.
No, actually, it
Did you
isn't.
just not listen to music when you drive?
No, typically not.
Oh, okay.
I listen
That
to a
makes
lot
more
of
sense.
sports stuff.
You don't want to sing the announcements?
Hmm?
Sing the announcements with them.
Wait, what? I'm so confused.
Today in basketball, the Hawks scored 106. No, something like that.
No, actually, I'm not a. I don't like.
I know, I was just
I don't
that.
like basketball. So when they,
Yeah, I don't
definitely
turn
none
it
of that.
down.
Again, that we'll talk about this in.
I
Another
mean, I
sports
listen to music,
episode,
but most of it is like
There's-
old music. I may sing it, but it's not loud. I'm not like belting.
You're not going for it.
there are
No.
certain sports
I used to
you
dance
watch,
to music in my
certain
car.
sports you play, and then certain sports you play and watch. So we'll get into that on another show.
I was actually coming back from college one time, and I was grooving out, and I looked over, and there was a van of like 8 people, and they were all watching me except for like the guy driving,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, oh.
So I'm going to torture your brain since we're getting ready to end this.
Okay.
I'm giving you a free concert ticket for you and a friend.
Ooh,
It is a Magic concert ticket.
a magic concert. Ticket.
You are able to take it to any concert, anywhere at any time to see whoever you want. I'm going to give you one for people who are currently alive and performing, and I'm going to give
Okay.
you one set where you get to go back in time to somebody who's maybe gone or dead that you want to see and perform. So what concert are you going to for live, and what concert are you going to
Do you know-
in memoriam?
Do you know what yours would be?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, you go first because I don't know.
I have 2, but I'm not sure which one I would choose.
Do we have 2 tickets?
Yeah, but it's you take somebody, not a ticket to go to one. And then
No,
go
you
back.
get a ticket for both. You get 2 sets for you and a
Oh.
friend to go
Yeah.
to. So one concert you and your friend are going to go to see somebody who's currently alive and performing, and then you'll have another set of tickets where you can go see somebody from the past.
What if it's one from the past, but they're still alive? You just wish you could see that concert from the past.
Oh, okay, I'll do that too.
Okay.
Because I already got my 2.
Oh, goodness.
I'll go first, Charlie. Let's see.
And this is gonna be wild because I don't listen to them a lot. I've listened to them over the years, and I enjoy their music immensely. But it's not first thing I'm gonna pop in. I mean, it's in my playlist that I have on Spotify. Don't want to get sued. I don't know if we can say that or not. Anyway, but like they're on my main playlist.
Gotcha.
And they did a set in I want to say it was Cairo, and they were playing it. That's where all the pyramids and everything is, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It was Pink Floyd with
Stop.
with the lasers. I had a friend, her and her brother. Well, when we were kind of dating at the time, her and her brother. She's like, "Yeah, I'm going to Egypt to see Pink Floyd. They're gonna be doing the laser shows off the pyramids and everything." And
That's
I was like,
crazy.
I was like, I was like, can you just get rid of your brother and take me? And she's like, no. It's like, oh my God, I would love to. I mean,
bet
I
that
was
was
so,
insane.
I would have loved, like, because, I mean, Pink Floyd's, I mean, their music is,
Yeah.
you know, I love their music, but like the show itself.
Yeah, just like the atmosphere and like being there.
Being in Egypt and
And
watching
seeing the
like and just
lasers.
being able to
Like,
be
that's
around. Like I would love to
insane.
go to Egypt just to see
Yeah.
that stuff,
Yeah.
but to see it with lasers
And music.
and music that you like, I just been like,
Yeah, that's insane. I wish I still did stuff like that. That's insane.
yeah. So
That-
that
okay.
was again that was like
That's a damn good choice.
yeah,
That's
that's
a good
20
one.
years ago, and then just the other one would probably have to be the original Woodstock.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my God, yeah.
Because I mean, like that was like because like the second Woodstock was a S show.
Yeah.
I mean, like people
We're stranded, right? And died.
I don't know if anybody died, but there was just I mean they went insane.
Yeah.
I went first of all the music that was there. I like the music they did
Yeah.
at the second Woodstock, but not the location. The people were. It was just horrid. But the original Woodstock,
You would have gone.
just a bunch of flower children running around
Yeah.
doing stuff, listening. Because I mean, there's so many different bands that you had. Because I mean, like I love Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin. I mean, just
Absolutely.
so many good bands from an era that
And those
me
are,
and my friends grew up listening to. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, we were like when we were born, we were all late '70s babies,
Yeah.
going into the '80s, but we still liked.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my friends and everything, we grew up listening to a lot of '60s and '70s music. So
I like your choices. Those were good.
because Janis
Those two-
Joplin and Jimi Hendrix would be high on my list. But
just to see those two play would be amazing.
I would love. But there's the one I'm gonna pick as my gone and can't see him anymore. I would just love to see Otis Redding.
Ooh, nice one.
I mean,
nice
just-
choice.
Only because he had such a passion for music and singing his music and along with other people's, and he was just amazing. But then again, as much as I would love to see Joe Bonamassa or Joanne Shaw Taylor, again, I would love to see Pink Floyd, even if it can't be the Roger Waters, David Gilmour, all those together, just to see the David Gilmour version that's left with, the people that are left minus Roger Waters.
We could go to Cairo together, dude.
He's your plus one.
I don't even want to go back
He's
in
your
time.
plus
I'd like
one.
to see him
Now?
now because David Gilmour is an amazing.
Are they still performing?
I don't know.
I don't think they're
David
still touring.
Gilmour still performs. I don't know that
I don't think they tour.
they tour as Pink Floyd anymore. Because even for a while, I thought, wouldn't it be great to see Mark Knopfler, the guy, from Dire Straits and things, but to just be able to see Pink Floyd or whatever the incarnation of it is now. I have DVDs of it. I watch it on the internet and stuff, and it's great. But that's just one I'd like. There's something about being able to say I was at a real Allman Brothers show, to say I was at a real Pink Floyd show, to say I really saw Stevie Ray Vaughan when he was alive, or to say I really
God, I would
saw
love that. Because I love
the
Stevie Ray
Grateful
Vaughan.
Dead in their heyday. And as much as I'd like to see Stevie Ray Vaughan, just there's something about Otis Redding that just it pickles my mind. I want to see what it would be like to
Pickles
see
your
him.
mind.
Yeah, it drives me crazy wanting to know. I've seen video of him of things they filmed from the past, and to be able to sit there and see it live would just be something.
Yeah.
Now, this is where I like that age range difference, because what would be your choices if you were going to do something?
There's a couple that come to mind for both. I think to go back, I would love to see Celia Cruz. I don't know if you guys know who she is. She is a woman Latin singer, and she's paved the way for a lot of women singers, and especially Hispanic singers. But she was Cuban, and she did a lot, and her voice is so different and so amazing. And I would have loved to just sit and like see any of her concerts.
What was the name?
Celia Cruz.
Okay.
Celia Cruz.
So
yes.
okay, so like at first when you first said it, like just because like
Yeah.
went to Selena for some reason, but
Oh,
Selena,
Selena?
yeah, but she wasn't Cuban though.
No, she was Mexican, and
Yeah.
she came after Celia.
Oh,
So,
really?
yes. So like Celia, like
Oh, you're talking about so she's a good
Yeah.
one.
She's
right?
an
Like,
OG.
Yeah.
awesome.
And her salsa music is just like people still like dance and stuff to it. So I would have loved to be able to like dance and be there in the moment while she's like actually singing. And she had these big outfits, and she did do like the fruit hats and the big hair, and
Yeah.
really really good performer. I'd love to see her. And then I think to go now, Reva. I love Reva so much. Either Reva or Carrie Underwood. Their voices, I don't know.
Reba.
Reva,
Very
Carrie
cool
Underwood,
choices.
or Adele. Any of because their voices are so
That's so
strong. I would love to
Sorry,
hear it.
it's just
I
like
know.
you go from like two huge country singers to Adele, who's like
You're telling me you would not love to just sit in an opera house and hear Adele's vocals?
I'd rather go to Reba.
Really? Don't get me
I'm-
wrong.
I
No
mean-
disrespect to Mr. or Dolly. I'm really not picky between those four. Just,
Well,
give me all.
if I was
Give
gonna,
me all.
if I was gonna do Dolly, I'd have to take my niece.
Oh,
My niece is a huge Dolly fan. Like just like it comes up. She brings Dolly up in different situations. So
oh.
I'm just going to be honest. If I'm going to have a Adele for a concert, I'm going to be very, very, very greedy and say it's going to be a very personal, one-on-one, intimate show where she is performing for me and me only. She's going to sing to me. Maybe even sing to me in bed, so I can, it'd be almost like reading a bedtime story, a lullaby, and then also there would be a lot of cuddling and things while she sings to me.
where's your PG now?
I didn't know where we were going.
I'm being PG.
I
I'm
didn't
just
know where
saying
we were
that
going.
We're
can't.
in our pajamas, and,
I
like
can't-
having cocoa.
Absolutely. Can you
and,
tell
like,
me
maybe
that
some
you wouldn't
s'mores.
want to just sit in bed with Adele and have cocoa and snuggle while she sang to you?
I don't think I have that.
That
same
would
thought
be.
process.
And I'm not saying anything dirty.
No,
I'm just saying.
yeah.
Wouldn't it be?
It just makes you feel like her voice is just so comforting.
Absolutely.
So
And
comforting.
I'm not dissing her voice or
And
anything.
if she
but
happened to fall in love with me and wanted to marry me and keep me as a well-kept man,
well-kept man.
Yeah, I mean. So
Ooh,
anyway.
do you like Adele? Is that a celebrity crush?
Yeah, she. I
mean, she's
have
beautiful.
Great props for that lady. She's beautiful. She has an amazing voice.
Mm-hmm. And her accent.
Yeah, the accent. Yeah, I just
I mean,
that-
I follow. I see where you're going.
yeah. I could make a lot worse choices. you
Yeah.
know.
But I couldn't decide. I don't know. One golden ticket is hard.
I've got a golden ticket. Okay, well, guys, I think we have covered everything on our concerts list.
Well, what would you guys see with your 2 tickets if you could go back in the past?
Interesting.
that
yeah.
would be a great
Who
thing
would
where
you go
people
and
could write in and tell us.
Yeah, go ahead and comment it down below. Tell us what 2 tickets you would use it for. Who would you see in the past, and who would you see that's still alive that maybe isn't recording or performing now, or that are recording and
Yeah,
performing.
because there are so
And
many different groups out there
Absolutely.
and shows that obviously we didn't cover. But yeah, just tell us your favorite. Like, yeah, something you would love to see.
I bet if we ask Mackenzie very nicely to use her finger and point to the magic spot, it will show our email address. There it is right there.
There we
Look at
go.
that.
What we like, pc@gmail.com. Let's
Yes.
check our PC meeting one more time. I know it's podcast, but
And will that email be in the links down below? Can they also find our email there?
absolutely. If they hit subscribe, it would tell them
Got you
about
on
other
twice.
episodes we would have. So, but let's talk about
All right,
PC.
PC Platypus Club.
Platypus
I was
Club.
just taking a platypus.
So is that like a club for
test.
platypus? Or
Actually,
just
I think
like
that would just
one
be
you
a-
beat them with.
I would just, let's not do that.
No,
one.
I want to go party with them.
I would just think that would be a great place to have like a local bar that had people play. We
Platypi.
could. Where are you playing at this weekend, man? I'm playing at the Platypus
Platypus
Club,
Club.
man.
No, Charlie.
I didn't say I was going to
No.
beat it. It was a genuine question.
No, Charlie.
I don't have
Bad
a
Charlie.
platypus
I'm gonna
club.
get a squirt gun.
Are you even sure they're real?
Yes, I was taking a quiz on them yesterday.
Oh yes, I'm sure that platypuses are real.
They're like the weirdest animal.
No, you're the weirdest animal. Perfection.
Charlie is. I'm going to say Charlie is an adorable animal. That's okay.
Look at him. Stuck.
Guys, we want to thank you for coming. We want to thank you for spending time with us. Please make sure you hit the like. Make sure you
Subscribe.
leave some comments.
Punch it.
Go ahead and hit subscribe.
Hit it
Don't
with a
be
club.
afraid.
Don't punch it.
Just beat it with a glove.
We'd like to thank all the people that help us, Drake at Sweetwater. We want to thank all the people here at Lakeside Studios, Olaf and Jorgen Halverson, our producer. We want to thank Cool Eddie, the janitor. Also, Sweet Segovia Delicacies. They make the best delicacies in Georgia. If you can find something better, you are lying because it just can't happen. So
Yeah,
right
send us
now,
some.
just go ahead, have a good time, and we will see you on the next episode. Everybody, wait, bye.
Bye bye.